Hello, it's Jang here with the Mega Construx Halo Faithful vs. Fallen Battle Pack. This is one of those really strong troop builder packs with 20 figures. Here's everything all built up, though to be honest there's not a lot of building involved here. The figures do come pre-built, which I think most people consider to be a good thing these days. Just give them some weapons and then you build this. Just a little bit of terrain, a very small amount of terrain. At least it does have one stand so you can have a figure posed up flying through the air or jumping, but you know, there's not much really here. The figures, meanwhile, consist of two full sets of identical armor configurations, just with these green dudes, transparent green at that, and then the new baby blue color, which I believe is new to the Halo line. I think they've used it in like American Girl figures and parts before, but never with the stuff that used to be called Collector Series. So here's an example of a matched pair. This entire set is based off the Halo 5 Infected game mode, which came from the Memories of Reach update, thus all of the Reach-based armor sets that are included here. But this is from Halo 5 more specifically. And these are your EVA Spartans, infected and not, but not full EVA outfits. These are just basically duplicates, or recolors I should say, of Emil from Halo Reach from Noble Team. So you're going to see this exact sort of duplication through every single set of armor included in the set. Here's the Scout pair set up as recolors of June. Now I have to personally give preference to George out of all of the members of Noble Team, but June is in a very close second. I think he was a really cool dude. He will definitely be remembered, eh? The Commandos are based off Carter, of course. This was not my favorite character in the story, but he definitely influenced my look in Reach, how I outfitted my character, and I believe in Halo 4 as well, kind of carried over with that asymmetric look with the extra large kind of pauldron style left shoulder armor piece. It was kind of cool to me. And this figure comes with the DMR, the one DMR in the set. I think we get too few of those in general from Mega. The air assaults are of course based off Cat and therefore have the female torsos. They've only done female torsos for air assault body armor in the super articulated forms here. I actually have a mistake here. Fortunately, it's very hard to spot, so it's not going to bug me on display. But on the infected form here, her right arm, her right lower arm, is actually a left lower arm. So there's just a little accidental human error there. Like I said, fortunately, it really doesn't affect the articulation too much and definitely doesn't affect the look, especially with the transparent pieces, but I still don't like it. I don't like mistakes. There he is, George. Well, not George, but the George archetype, or archetypes between the two. Only the non-infected form comes with the TAC pack on its back. So they don't include a trans green version, or I don't think they've done any transparent versions of that specific pack to date. These are both really good looking figures though, whether you include the pack or not. I like the extra paint application of the silver going across the chest of the infected one, even if it's, you know, a little bit out of character. I think that it gives it some nice depth and makes it stand out. Here are the noobs, the Noble 6 archetypes. I never got used to that Mark V default helmet. He was just too different from the Master Chief style. I think it's a good design. I know a lot of people like that entire armor set. I like the sleekness of the armor, the full armor set itself. You know, it all goes together pretty well and yet has some bulk, but just the helmet itself, just personal opinion, I could never get over that change of the default. Not to worry though, this set does have me covered, has all of us covered, with the Halo 3 style Mark VI armor with all default accoutrements all set up on them. So that's just, you know, a new color scheme to collect, basically, if you're just into that entire series, if, you know, depending upon how you collect these figures and how you want to display them. I think that this one can just kind of go into the line with the default normal standard Mjolnir outfits. Here are the JFOs with the twin tall pauldron style shoulder armor pieces. I think these look really good, stand out pretty well. I think that that helmet style, and especially the visor shape and some of the detailing within the visor, kind of carried over into the War Master style. I feel kind of evolved into that. Here are the operators. Their helmet style to me never really stood out enough from the commandos, but in Halo 4 they really made them distinct. That was a nice evolution based on the extra sensor array that's above the standard visor. But I think that Mega has done a good job of replicating the look here. The shapes look pretty good, and the printing, the paint applications are crisp enough. I think they look a little bit better on the infected form over here. Got a little bit fuzzy with the applications on the one on the right. Last but not least, these are the HAZOPs, and they had a kind of a minor evolutionary design change from the Halo 3 version. Started to kind of take them away from the direction that EOD went with that stormtrooper kind of style. I think the HAZOPs looked a little bit more like that in Halo 3, and here they made them a little bit more distinct. And once again, I think that Mega did a good enough job here of capturing the look with the shapes, putting enough paint onto the face, you know, rather than leaving it with just the main color and adding on just the visor color and a little bit down at the chin for the breather section. But once again, I think that it looks better on the infected form. I think that the prints just go down better. The paint applications just seem to be a lot more crisp around the edges. I think there's no other way to put it. There's the other figure that has a mistake. This one also has the arm, the right lower arm, swapped out. So that's a second left lower arm. I noticed it when I was putting all the weapons on these, but then skipped over it when I was going through the figures. But yeah, another one that works okay, but is still a mistake. I also want to point out that there are only 12 of these little stand pieces included for 20 figures. Now the idea is that you would use this for some of them, but I feel like they were just being a little bit stingy there. You might as well include, you know, a full 21 for every figure, because come on, these things are cheap to make. I had a lot of fun playing Infection back in the Halo 3 and Halo Reach days. Have not played it in Halo 5 just yet, but this is a nice bit of fan service, I would say, for all the Infection fans out there. But I suspect there aren't but so many Infection fans in particular, and folks who are not specifically into Infection but do like Halo might kind of pass over this set just because it doesn't offer you that much variety with colors. I mean, all the Infection form figures are, you know, just kind of their own individual team, and then you get all the baby blue figures, which don't seem that desirable to me. It's nice to get all of these Reach era armor sets, you know, but I just personally don't see this being a big seller. Also in the US, from what I've seen so far, it's $50 for 20 figures, which is an okay price to figure ratio, but it's not as good as some of the previous big figure packs like these. And I did encounter those couple of bugs, the couple of errors. Fortunately, this does have a completely clear front on the package, so if you go to buy this in a store, just, you know, look through the different ones and pick and choose. Make sure that what you're getting has the fewest mistakes. But that's enough of my yapping about this set. Hope you've enjoyed this look at these figures, and I'll talk to you again very soon.